Okay, everybody, it's Mike, and thanks for joining me again this morning. I appreciate you coming back for more after I totally, I don't know what happened yesterday. We just had massive technical difficulties all on my side, but I taught my phone a lesson, and hopefully we won't have that problem again today. You know, this is kind of the thrill of doing anything live in real time. You just never really know what's going to happen. So I've invited Bob Clarkson to come back and join us again today, and he agreed to. And Bob, thanks. And how's things working? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear loud and clear.
And you're loud and clear on my side, so we're making great progress already this morning.
Great.
Folks, the reason I wanted to invite Bob to the call is originally it was going to be because he's taken 11 listings in the last 3 weeks. And then I found out last night, well, that's not true. Now it's 12 listings in the last 3 weeks. So, hey, Bob, did somebody forget to tell you that there's this virus pandemic that's going on out there? Did you not get the news?
No, I've got the memo. I think that there's sellers out there who are worried about it and putting their plans on hold. But there's a lot of people who are concerned about it. But as long as the question's answered, hey, how are we going to show the house with precautions? And that question's answered, everything's okay.
Okay, so I have several questions that I want to ask. First, at any time, generating 12 listings in 2.5 to 3 weeks is pretty good activity, wouldn't you say?
I think this is probably the best run of my career.
Okay, great. And that's saying something. So, first, I want to know what you're doing to generate 12 listings in 3 weeks. What are you doing? Have you discounted your commissions? Are you out there listing them for a 0.5%? What are you doing?
No, these have all been 6%. And it starts with just making the calls. But these calls and these listings are a result. A lot of them are a result of the phone calls and contacts I made at the beginning of the year. Some for sale by owners, some just calling subdivision, some referrals, but a majority of them are for sale by owners that I've been talking to for a few months, and I just got them at the right time, and now they're ready to put the house on the market.
Okay, so are you telling me you didn't make 12 phone calls to get 12 listings?
Definitely not. It was probably more than 12 contacts per person to get one listing.
That's highly disappointing. I was hoping you were going to tell us the secret to making 12 phone calls to get 12 listings. Now that we could do something with. But you're saying really
we could write a book.
It's more like 12 times 12.
It's a lot of contacts and mixed up contacts. So it's phone calls, it's emails, it's text messages. Excuse me. Just a bunch of different contacts to let that person know that you're here, you're a knowledgeable expert, and when you're ready, I'm ready.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question about that. When is too much? When are you communicating too much and annoying them, or they feel like you're stalking them? How do you know what the right amount of touches and the frequency is?
You're not annoying them as long as you give them information that helps them.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is calling them every week and saying, are you ready to list your home? That's annoying, no matter if you do it one time or 100 times. If you call and give the prospect information on them, so market stat, or a new listing in the subdivision, or something about interest rates, or hey, here's how we're handling showings with the virus that's going on. As long as you're calling to give them valuable information that helps them, you are never annoying them.
Okay, good. That's good to hear. Okay, so let's just dovetail right into that. Are you not finding that people are overly concerned about the virus and hesitant to put their home on the market?
It's just been a mixed result. I mean, a lot of the sellers that have agreed to put the house on the market the past few weeks have been concerned about it, but not overly concerned, as long as they know that agents and buyers are being safe on their end. So, for example, what we're doing is we're the seller wants us to put gloves out, we'll get a box of gloves and put that out. If the seller wants hand sanitizer, we'll put that out. The sellers are leaving lights on, and they're leaving closet doors open so buyers and agents don't have to touch anything when they go through the house. And a majority of the sellers, once they hear that and understand that other people are being cautious too, the sellers are okay with it for the most part.
Okay, so you're making some suggested safety protocols to them, and you're finding that satisfies many of the people, but not all of them.
Not all of them. There's been, definitely probably 50-50 that just want to wait until this virus passes before they do anything at all.
Holy cow.
The other...
Are you telling me that you could have more listings than 12 in the past 3 weeks if it hadn't been for the virus?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, is it 50-50?
It's 50-50 for sure.
You're telling me you could have had 20 to 30 listings in the past 3 weeks, but some people are pausing and waiting for us to get on the other side of this virus?
Yes.
Holy cow.
I mean, it's a serious virus. Lots of people are concerned about it.
No, that I understand. What I'm shocked about is how you're generating that many prospects to where you can take 12 listings in 3 weeks and say, yeah, but 50% of the people still aren't willing to move forward. That's amazing.
To have.
So you're answering the safety issues with people with some suggested protocols to follow. You're finding some people say, okay, that satisfies me. I feel okay with this. You're finding other people to say, no, I really don't feel okay with it. I think I want to wait. And either way, you're still doing well. So now I got to ask you the $1 million question. Like, of these listings, I mean, are you just accumulating listings that you have to service, or have any of these sold yet?
Yeah, we're putting 3 on the market this week. But out of the other, I guess we'll call it, 8 listings, we've gotten contracts on 2 of them. And we are having showings on the other. I mean, the activity in showings has slowed down in comparison to earlier in the year and last year with the virus, but people are still out looking.
So you're seeing
the buyers that are looking now are serious.
So almost 20%, 15 to 20% of the listings you've taken in the last 3 weeks have gone under contract, and you're getting activity on the others.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, there's people that are listening to us right now, and maybe some of them don't believe you, but I had to go look it up myself and verify it, because at first I thought you were messing with me. Nah, actually it's true, folks. It's 12 listings since March the 19th. I want to go back to where we started. I want you to talk for just a second, because I know you're being generous with this, and that's, gosh, if there's a trait of great agents, folks, is that they're very generous. And they're very generous for a couple of reasons. Number one, somebody was generous with them when they got started, or they wouldn't be where they are now. And they do enjoy helping other people. And then the third reason is they're pretty much not worried about it, because they know most people won't do anything. So, somebody's listening to us right now, Bob, and they're saying, you know what, I will do the work, and I do want to get the results that are similar to what you're getting. Give them some advice right now. What would you tell them to do?
Well, there's a lot, obviously, but this all started 4 or 5 years ago when I just first started making the for sale by owner calls. And it was a challenge and frustrating, and I'd made 100 contacts and wouldn't even get close to getting a listing appointment. But you would one, be there to encourage me, but two, be there to help mentor and coach me on what to say and how to get appointments and how to eventually get the listing. And if I had not started off that way and continued to grow and learn that way, I would not be in the position that I am in right now, able to get these listings or production that I've had over the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so
the first answer is to get a coach and mentor who knows what they're talking about.
All right, I want to finish up this morning with you on a slightly different question, and then Bob will be on our Connect Wednesday Zoom session at 10:30 this morning, along with other people that are having strong results right now in their business. And we're just going to figure out how you guys are doing this when you're not supposed to be able to do this right now. But on the point that you just made, there are many, many people, no, all of us, that have some form of call reluctance, that, man, just picking up that phone and making that first call is hard. It had to be hard for you. I know I was there and I watched it. I know it was. What do you say to them? How would you encourage them? What would you offer to them to help them get past that?
Yeah. Well, what I will say is it's still hard for me today. So that does not go away. You don't wake up one morning and just say, okay, well, great, let's just start making some calls. I have that feeling maybe once a year. What I will say is the result, the end result makes making the call so worth it that if you can see the end result and you're willing to make the call, you will get business and you will get closings. You just can't be scared of the phone. And the advantage you have right now is people are answering the phone. People want to talk to you. They want to know what's going on in the real estate market. And you can have a nice conversation with people.
But that's
now is such a good time to call.
That's my problem. When the phone's ringing, I secretly hope they don't answer. I'm secretly going, oh, please, voicemail pickup, right? So when you feel like that, when it's hard for you, do you have any little tricks or things that you do to get yourself to do it anyhow, even when you don't want to?
You got to find your own way. It's just like going to the gym. For me, I'll listen to music. I'll take 5 minutes to watch some videos, whether it's Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, Tony Robbins, any of those guys, to help motivate me. I'll listen to some music and just do it. There's not another way to say it. Just do it.
All right. Well, hey, thanks. I'm glad our phones worked this morning. That does make it so much easier, doesn't it? And,
it does.
And folks, again, Bob's going to be with 4 or 5 other agents that are experiencing momentum in their business right now on our Connect Wednesday session this morning at 10:30. We're going to do this by Zoom. You should get an invitation link from me this morning. If for some reason you don't, just message me and I'll make sure that you get it. And Bob, thank you for your time and for sharing with us this morning. And folks, let's go out and make it happen for ourselves today.